In 16th century England, love and power often collided in dangerous ways. This is the tragic tale of Anne Boleyn, the woman who stole King Henry VIII's heart and whose love would lead to her ultimate downfall. The initial meeting. Anne Boleyn wasn't just any woman. She was intelligent, charming, and ambitious, qualities that set her apart in the royal court. When she returned from Europe, King Henry VIII couldn't take his eyes off her. Little did she know, this would spark an obsession that would change history. King Henry's growing obsession. At first, Anne played it smart, rejecting Henry's advances. She knew what had happened to the women who came before her, but Henry's obsession grew stronger by the day. His passion for Anne became all-consuming, and he was willing to go to extreme lengths to have her. The break with Rome. King Henry's desire for Anne led him to make one of the most drastic decisions in English history. He broke away from the Catholic Church. The Pope refused to annul his marriage to Queen Catherine, so Henry created the Church of England just so he could marry Anne. Anne becomes queen. In 1533, Anne was crowned Queen of England, but the road to the crown wasn't paved with roses. She was disliked by many, and whispers of her being a witch spread through the kingdom. Still, she gave birth to a daughter, Elizabeth, who would one day change the course of history. The tragedy unfolds. The passionate love between Henry and Anne began to fade. She hadn't given him the male heir he desperately wanted. Frustration turned to bitterness, and rumours of Anne's alleged affairs began swirling through the court, poisoning Henry's mind. Anne's fall from grace. Accusations of treason, adultery, and even witchcraft were hurled at Anne. Henry, once madly in love, was now distant and cold. Anne was arrested and taken to the Tower of London, her once powerful position crumbling beneath her. The trial and execution. Anne's trial was swift and brutal. She was found guilty of crimes she didn't commit. On May 19, 1536, Anne met her fate at the executioner's sword. Her last words were a prayer for King Henry, the man who had once adored her. Henry's regret. Though Anne was gone, her shadow lingered over Henry. He remarried many times, but none of his queens ever matched the fiery spirit of Anne Boleyn. Her legacy lived on through her daughter, Elizabeth, who would become one of England's greatest rulers. The love between Anne Boleyn and King Henry VIII was as powerful as it was dangerous. Their passion reshaped history, but it came at a deadly price. It's a story that reminds us that love, when tangled with power, can be both beautiful and tragic.